This week's Torah portion has the origins of one of the greatest struggles in history. The struggle of Esav and Jacob, Yaakov. These brothers fight until now. The fight between these two brothers, maybe the greatest sibling rivalry of all time. The origin, the moment began here. Let's get context because you're going to see something amazing. Abraham, given the torch, right? Monotheism, the future of Judaism. He hands it to his two sons. He gives it to Isaac. Isaac's got two sons. And when those boys come out, the oldest son is Esav, which means Esav by right gets the blessings. The oldest one gets it. That's the rules. Well, what happens? Because at the end of the day, Jacob gets it. And if you see Esav forever, he becomes the bittered, disgruntled brother who lost it all, gave up material wealth, spiritual wealth, leadership, the birthright of God, the mantle of leadership to the world. And it goes from Esav to Jacob. And Esav never recovers. And in this week's Torah portion, you see the exchange. You see what happens. It's the funeral of Abraham. And Jacob, who is the pure academic, the scholar, the righteous man, he's in the tent cooking a pot of lentil stew. Lentils were symbolic for Shivas because they represent the circle of life. In comes in his brother Esav, big, burly hunter, the man who breaks laws, the man who is literally a killer and unstoppable in the field. Can you imagine the two different brothers? Right? The righteous one sitting and studying, the burly big one out there killing. Well, Esav walks into the house, sits down, looks at the pot and goes, I want some. Jacob sizes him up and realizes that what he has is something that he wants. He has the birthright. He has the spiritual leadership. And he's wasting it. He's abusing it. He's rejecting it. And Jacob says, I'll give you the stew for the birthright. Now you tell me, what kind of deal is that? The birthright. You understand? The birthright. Spiritual wealth, material wealth, leadership for the world. It's a pot of stew. Like, how good could it have been? Esav takes the deal. And what he says when he takes the deal is so incredible. He takes the pot of stew and basically gives up the birthright. It manifests later, but that's the moment. He says, Vayomer Esav, the Torah records this, I'm going to die. What do I need this spiritual birthright for? I'm going to die. What does that mean? I'm going to die. We're giving you the leadership. So the Sephorno, one of the commentators, says something so incredible. And in 3 words captures, I think, one of the most powerful, subtle feelings that me and you have every single day. He says, Barov hatla va'ifut. You know what he said? That statement from being tired. It was a long day at work. He hunts. He kills. He commits adultery. He does bad stuff, but it's exhausting. And he's back from the field, and he's exhausted. You know what he's saying? I'm too tired. I'm exhausted. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, take the birthright. I don't know. It's exhausting. I got to do the birthright now. I'm a physical person. I'm going to die at some point. Like, I can't. I can't think of spirituality. I got to worry about, like, what's right now. Right now I'm hungry. I'm going to worry about tomorrow. I'm too tired to think about it. Esav gave up his future because he was a little tired. How is that possible? Because that's what we all do. We have this perception that spiritual leadership, that a meaningful and deep life only comes when you climb some incredibly difficult mountain. There are those few that embody spirituality, and they have some massive ability to scale heights in the physical world. And it's not me and you. And that's largely untrue. Spiritual leadership takes place when you're just a little bit too tired and you just don't want to do it. Not for any big reasons. This was not a complicated decision. Esav did not go back and confer with his advisors and then ask for 5 more bowls and then a future option on other bowls and then the factory of bowls and then traded spirituality for a stream of income that he was going to get forever. This wasn't a complicated deal. It was simple. I'm just too tired. And me and you give up our spiritual legacy, our spiritual potential, our ability to be successful in the spiritual and the material world, mostly because of some small, I'm just too tired. I can't call them back. I can't deal with it right now, honey. I just can't. I just can't deal with the kids. I just can't have a conversation with you. I can't go to the synagogue. I can't study. It's too much effort, and I'm just too tired to be consistent, to show up every morning. I'm too tired. I had a late night, or I'm uncomfortable, or I don't want to be vulnerable. Exhaustion isn't just physical, it's also emotional. No real reason. I just don't want to, or I just can't. I think I can't. And if you accumulate all the little tiny I can'ts because I'm just a little tired, you know what that comes down to? Forsaking a birthright. Because me and you have a birthright. It's called spiritual potential. It's given to us. We have opportunities that come our way that are abilities to expand and to reveal the potential. But they're masked in little challenges. The ability to be a parent at the level we can comes with that little kid who's just a little bit too much. The ability to be a good spouse comes at that moment where the marriage is a little bit, this requires too much effort. The ability to connect to God really is just a little bit of trying, a little bit of more concentration, a little bit of going to the class, a little bit of being vulnerable. The ability to be financially secure, just a little bit of studying, a little bit of research, a little bit of one call. Look at your life, and you will see when you go close into it, it's just made up of millions and millions and millions of, I'm just too tired. Berov hatalav ayifut, I'm just too tired. That leads to, lama li b'chor, what do I need this all for? This massive decision that shifted the course of Esav and Jacob's life was a subtle, small, I'm too tired. And when we just try to push one I'm too tired to, but I'll do it anyways, something shifts. Because remember, your greatness is right past the I'm too tired. Just past the I'm too tired lays where all the greatness is. So the next time, and maybe try it one time a day. Maybe one time a day. Take it upon yourself, just for a few days, just from now until Hanukkah. Tell yourself, the next time you hear yourself saying, I'm too tired, tell yourself, I am too tired, but I'll do it anyways. Who knows how much is ready for us? How much of the birthright that's given to us can we get back with one small shift?